Hello everyone. Previous day during the live class I said you all that to send me some pairs of compound which you find difficult for distinguishing chemically, but till now I have not received a single mail where it is mentioned about the problems of the pairs of compounds. You want to know the answers, but as I said you that once again I will be discussing the distinguish chemically part. I am doing that. I have taken some of my own examples and based on that I will be discussing. Now whenever you are getting this type of compounds, just as I said previous day that you need to check where is the difference. Where is the difference means where the difference is in cation or is in anion. Both cations and anions will be different. These type of questions are generally not given. You will find that there is something common, like the question that was there in your unit test, sodium carbonate and calcium carbonate. Now whenever there is carbonate which is common and any other cation you have, you make it sure that in maximum cases the process that is used to distinguish them is heating, because all carbonates decomposes on heating except sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate. Now the question comes that if there is a pair sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate, this pair is given, then how to distinguish them, because both of them are soluble in water and they are thermally stable. As they are stable towards heat, you cannot heat them to get any compound. So how to treat them, because if they are soluble and the ions are same, you cannot add certain reagent from the outside. And sodium potassium all compounds are soluble, so you cannot add something so that you can get the metallic precipitate. So due to this reason, for specifically sodium and potassium pair, it can be for not only for carbonate like sodium chloride, potassium chloride, sodium nitrate, potassium nitrate. When the difference is sodium and potassium ion, then generally the test that we use is a flame test. Flame test is performed with the solid salt, not with the solution. Flame test is a test during which we take the salt, we take a platinum ware. We have actually this one in the practical. If we get such opportunity to show you, I'll show you that. Right now I cannot do that. We need a platinum ware, we need concentrated HCl, we need a flame and the salt. Different cation shows different colors in flame, not only sodium and potassium, copper, then barium, calcium, they shows different beautiful colors in the flame. So how the experiment is performed, first the ware is taken, platinum ware is taken, then that is dipped in concentrated HCl. The ware is actually very small, like this small thin. Then we dip the tip of the ware in the concentrated HCl, and with the tip of the ware only we touch the solid salt. Now once we touch the solid salt, then at the tip there are one or two particles that small part of the salt gets attached, and then we hold it generally to the flame. Now for the Bunsen flame, Bunsen burner, we have that luminous and non-luminous part, but in our laboratory we use spirit lamp. For the spirit lamp we do not have the difference of the flame, so directly we just touch it on the side of the flame and we find different colors. Now if it is sodium, the color will be golden yellow, and if it is potassium, the color will be lilac color. If you perform this particular test with calcium salt, it gives a brick red color flame, and if you perform with barium, then it gives a apple green color flame. If you perform with copper, it gives a peacock bluish green color flame, which is very beautiful basically. And for the tin also, that bifurcated like snake's tongue type of flame it is observed. So different elements shows different colors in the flame, and the reason behind this is actually nothing but electronic transition from lower level to higher level, and when they are coming back they are emitting this one in form of colors. As the energy shells and the difference, those are different for different element, that's why we get to see different colors in the flame. So basically when there is sodium and potassium salt, we use this flame test for that. Coming to other general trends, the popular reagent I said in the previous this kind video that I made on distinguishing chemically. The two reagent that's a very popular one is barium chloride, another is silver nitrate. Now barium chloride is a reagent which when we are adding to a reactant, now see reactant, reagent and a product. Reactant, so barium chloride forms white precipitate with sulfate, sulfite and carbonate. With these three kinds of anions it forms a white precipitate. So if you are having a pair of compound where there is a difference of anion, sulfate with chloride if you have this pair, or sulfate with nitrate you have this pair, then you can use barium chloride. I hope you all are noting down the points. So if you have a pair of sodium sulfate, sodium nitrate, or suppose you have potassium sulfate, potassium chloride, you can use barium chloride as reagent. How? Barium chloride react with sodium sulfate or potassium sulfate or any other soluble sulfate to form a white precipitate of barium sulfate. But it does not react with chloride like sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, it will not react. And with nitrate like magnesium nitrate, calcium nitrate, with nitrate, barium chloride will form a soluble solution. So reactions will be there, but there will be no visible observation. See, many reaction occurs which without showing any visible observation. Like if you mix sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid, there will be a reaction called neutralization forming NaCl and water. But if you mix them as they are colorless, you will not be able to understand the reaction is proceeding or not. There where the role of indicator comes for neutralization reaction and those titration and things will come. Similarly, if you add barium chloride to any nitrate, there will be no change in the color or no precipitation will be generated. So if you have pair of sulfate chloride, sulfate nitrate, the reagent you must use is barium chloride. Now what if you have chloride nitrate pair like sodium chloride, sodium nitrate, this pair if you have, then the reagent that we use, silver nitrate. Silver nitrate reacts with chloride to form a cardi white precipitate, and with nitrate of course it will not react. Now you can ask me that if it is then sulfate and chloride pair, can we use silver nitrate? I suggest not to use, because silver nitrate reacts with sulfate to a small extent and the color of the silver sulfate that comes in the laboratory is a bit hazy. That means with chloride also we get a visible observation, and with sulfate also similar white color hazy solution come. So better in that case to use barium chloride. So just make a note where you should use barium chloride and where you should use silver nitrate. Now if you have sulfate and sulfite combination, that's a tricky question, because sulfate, sulfite, both of them will be showing a white precipitate with barium chloride. Now if you are supplied with sodium sulfate and sodium sulfite solid, you can add dilute HCl. If you are adding dilute HCl, sodium sulfite will not evolve any gas, but with sodium sulfite you will get a gas having a burning sulfur smell which can turn lime water milky, as well as it decolorizes KMNO4 solution. That means we are getting sulfur dioxide. If you are provided with solution, sodium sulfate and sodium sulfite solution, best is you add barium chloride followed by dilute HCl. What happens when you are adding barium chloride? Then sodium sulfate, sodium sulfite both forms white precipitate. But the precipitate forms get dissolved in dilute HCl in case of barium sulfite, that is with sodium sulfite. But with sodium sulfate it remains insoluble. So in that case the reagent will be one extra barium chloride followed by sodium sulfite. Now the third case, if you have carbonate sulfite both, in that case you cannot use barium chloride, because barium sulfite and barium carbonate, both of them are white, both of them are soluble in dilute HCl. Now what you can do, if you have to use barium chloride, after adding dilute HCl the gas evolves, whereas one CO2 another Sa2, there you can distinguish, or directly you can add dilute HCl. So you can distinguish as carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide are evolving in these two cases. So carbon dioxide, you know, both turns lime water milky, but you need to distinguish based on KMNO4 solution or dichromate solution. So you can write that after treating sodium carbonate and sodium sulfite, suppose you have this pair. After treating with dilute HCl, the gas evolves that turns KMNO4 solution colorless, but here where it is carbonate, the KMnO solution remain unchanged. So this can be an option. So these are certain examples from here. Now if you have nitrates, the pairs, both pairs are of nitrate, like magnesium nitrate, calcium nitrate, sodium nitrate, magnesium nitrate. Now when you have nitrates, decomposition reaction similar like carbonates, heating is the best way. Suppose you have lead carbonate and copper carbonate. Lead carbonate gives a yellow residue, copper carbonate gives a black residue. Suppose you have magnesium nitrate and silver nitrate. Both if you heat, magnesium nitrate gives a white residue, silver nitrate gives a silvery color residue of silver. Metallic silver forms here and MgO forms here. So if you have nitrate pairs, you can do that. Now some of you are telling about treatment with sodium hydroxide part. Now that part we do not have in class 9. We have that analytical chemistry chapter in class 10. So there we will be using NaOH and NH4OH to distinguish between the cations using double decomposition reactions. So for now, today I have given you certain example. No mail I have received till now with the pairs. If you have, you can do that. So next week we can have discussion on this. So see you in the live classes and take care. Bye. Keep on sending any topic if you want me to discuss. Bye.